from VIT. So this video is about how to implement to-do list by using Closure. So let's talk about what is a closure. So closure refers to combination of a function and its lexical environment. A closure allows a function to remember and access variable from its outer scope even after the scope has finished executing. So now let's see how closure practically used. So the mainly it is used for callbacks. So callback is a function passed as an argument to another function which is executed after the completion of outer functions operations. Callbacks are often used for asynchronous operations like reading files, database queries, or API calls. So now let's move on to promises. A promise is an object that represents the eventual completion or a failure of an asynchronous operations and its resulting value. It helps us to avoid callback held by chaining. So we use then function for success and catch function for errors. So now let's move on to async or wait. Async, async or wait. So they allow writing asynchronous code that looks synchronous, improving readability and reducing complexity. So async declares a function that returns a promise. Avoid pauses execution until the promise is resolved or rejected. So now let's move on to the code. So this is the code. So at first we define the to-do list function. Inside it there is a variable called all. So this variable stores all our to-do items. So we also used methods like add, mark as complete, overdue, due today, and due later for managing tasks. So the add by using add method we can add new tasks to the list. By using mark as complete we can mark a task as complete based on its index. Overdue, due today, and due later categorize tasks based on their due dates. To display list formats the tasks into a printable string which we will use to display them. So next it is about adding tasks. So we add some tasks using the method called add. So for this I have included random tasks like clean the room, buy noodles, finish watching One Piece, submit assignment, schedule doctor appointment. So in this the title refers to the task description and the due date means the date the task is due and completed refers to whether the task is done or not. So the three functions overdue, due to, and due later help us to categorize the tasks. So overdue is used to returns tasks with due dates before today, and due today returns tasks that are due today. Due later tasks returns tasks due after today. So for formatting out mode, to display list method formats the tasks into a string for display. It hides the date for tasks due today and includes it for other tasks. So at the end, I categorized tasks into overdue, due today, and due later. These results are passed to display list. So I have saved this code in the file index.js. For running this, we have to go to terminal and we have to type the command node index.js. So here is the output. As you can see, the tasks are neatly categorized. Overdue tasks are listed first, and tasks due today are listed without the date, and due later are displayed at the end with their due dates.